Usha Vance is about to learn that the model minority is nothing but a myth.
Usha has a group text, and that group text is on fire.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP.
I came across the stitches on my For You, and I thought to share where Indian American people are coming out to share their own, reaction about Usha Vance and how she actually needs people's help now. A lot of people believe that, the VP is planning to divorce her. Why so many people that this is just a speculation and they shouldn't put this out there? Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
This is a video for Auntie Usha Vance. Auntie Usha Vance, does this look normal to you? Married women, would you be okay with somebody hugging your husband like this? Now, before you answer, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say hell no. This does not look like a woman who saw her husband get blasted in front of her a month ago. Something is extremely strange about all of this, and I don't know if I want to keep going down the rabbit hole, to be honest with you. But Auntie Usha Vance, you gotta be careful. The vice president looks extremely happy in this picture, and don't get me started on that hand and the hair. And I get it, Washington is freaky deaky. There's some weird stuff happening in Washington. I get that. Auntie Vance, if you're okay with it, disregard this video. But most Indian ladies that I know, they're not cool with that. This picture just caught me off guard. I saw it and I was like, like, what's going on here? Dude, and the hands on the hips, my wife would kill me. This is—
And what do you mean my husband reminds you of your dead husband? Girl, Usha better than me. Usha better than me. Cause me, Miss Erica would have to see about me. Miss Erica would have to see about me, cause what are you doing? My husband? My husband reminds you of your dead husband? Bitch, I know I didn't hear that. Come again? I beg your finest of pardon. Pray tell. What was it that you did just say? Because this is what I'm telling y'all. All right, and this is pure, at this point, this is just, if this was in America and this was just a reality TV show, let me tell you what I would think is going to happen. At any point in time, any point in given time, what I think is going to happen, well, the way that woman was very excited to give that man a hug really does give Candace, and I'm not giving that woman any credit because I absolutely said it on my backup page before Candace even said it. And if I had my little page profile thing turned on, I bet you I could see her on my page. Whatever. I should block her. Anyways, what I'm saying is that if Erica's husband, now I think that maybe they might have a little bit more grace for Usha and they would just get a divorce. I think they would just get a divorce. Because, like, why would you do that? Erica, why would that happen? Y'all could have just got divorced. But alas, right? Say said divorce does happen. It would look very good as a PR girly. It would look amazing for Turning Point USA to be locked in because the head of Turning Point USA is married. Not that the MAGAs care about remarriage and divorce and cheating, because clearly they love Trump, whatever. Remarried to the Vice President of the United States of America, who, I guess 6 months ago, I would say has a good chance of running America in the next election. As of 3 months ago, I would say he does have a good chance of stepping in after a redacted event may happen. But that's all that I'm saying. All I'm saying is that we all know that MAGA's people really like to act up when they're told no. They stormed the Capitol and specifically said, we're here for Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence. And I think their version of Mike Pence this time will be Mike Johnson. I don't think it'll be JD Vance. He's just a memeable offense. A memeable offense, if you will. But those are my late night thoughts, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night.
Usha has a group text, and that group text is on fire. It's her aunties, it's her mom, it's her best friend from college. They have seen this. They knew him. They tried to warn her. They tried to row the red flags. And I am not taking any responsibility away from her participation within this madness, but I'm telling you that her group text is on fire. I told you so. Didn't I tell you this hillbilly was going to end up being this way? Didn't I tell you he was suspicious? The group text is on fire. And for any of you who are receiving a group text based on your relationship and the red flags that your best friend saw, and you are not acting upon it, this is time for you to pay attention to your gut. Because I guarantee that what he says out loud, he has said in private, and she has felt always. When people are bold enough to say what they feel out loud in front of auditoriums of people, that means she has felt it going up and down those stairs of the plane, every vacation, every scenario that they have participated in. She has felt not only the discomfort of his indifference. Now, maybe he has shifted. Maybe he wasn't like this in college, but my gut tells me that the group text has always been on fire. And though ambition outweighed maybe the sensibility of what this relationship is, I believe that her group text is on fire. And the aunties are going to come get her, and the best friend said, I told you so.
Usha Vance is about to learn that the model minority is nothing but a myth. Asian Americans are just told that all we have to do is work hard, assimilate, and we can do anything. And Usha is about to see that nothing, not an Ivy League education, not the white husband, not the conservative politics, is going to save her. No amount of assimilation or hard work will ever be enough for them. So let this be a lesson to all Asian Americans who think that fighting against racism is beneath them. The leopards are gonna eat your face too, because, yeah.
I've been watching Erica Kirk, and I don't mean like one clip, right? I mean watching her, watching how she moves, how she positions herself, how she's being used. And I can't lie, it's getting weird. Because when your public grief starts looking like an Adam and Eve commercial, that's not faith. That's branding. And it's gross. And the wild part is she's not being objectified. She's participating. She's found her place in the performance. The beautiful believer, the holy widow, the vessel for the message. Erica Kirk figured out how to turn devotion into influence. Not the loud kind, though. The curated, palatable kind. You know, the one that makes far-right politics look gentle. She wraps white Christian nationalism in soft femininity, in perfectly timed tears and God's plan captions. And the people around her are eating it up. Because every movement like this needs a face. Someone who makes extremism look nurturing instead of dangerous. She's not on stage with men like JD Vance by accident. She's there because she makes his ideology look marketable. She's proof that the patriarchy will always find a woman to front the campaign. But real talk, since her husband died, she's been everywhere. Podcasts, conferences, stages. Grieving publicly in a way that doesn't feel accidental. Because grief sells when it looks holy. When it sounds like faith instead of fury. That hug with Donald Trump, that wasn't a spiritual moment. That was a moment designed to make people feel safe with him. Because nothing says redemption like a woman weeping in your arms, right? And whether she realizes it or not, she's become the emotional shield of a movement. She absorbs the criticism, softens the image, right? She sanctifies the message. So here's the thing. Erica Kirk is not naive. She is strategic. But when your brand becomes a faith-based fairy tale, you start serving a system that'll never serve you back. Because to them, she's only as valuable as her pain. The second she stops crying on cue, the second she stops being useful, they'll find another soft-spoken believer to stand in that same light and call it revival. That's how these movements work. They sanctify women's suffering as proof of men's virtue. So yeah, I've been watching Erica Kirk, and the more I see, the clearer it gets. This isn't about faith, this is about optics. She's not spreading Christianity, she's selling comfort. All for a movement built on control. And one day, because it will come, the day when she stops fitting that narrative, the same hands holding her up are going to drop her. Because in that world, women like Erica aren't partners, they're props. And props are always replaceable.
Usha Vance is not the token that gets spent, and that's what a lot of y'all are missing in this conversation, okay? Historically speaking, if a woman of color made it to the altar with a white man, he was going to keep her, because it would not be an achievement if you constantly had to worry that he was going to divorce you for the next white woman that came along. Like, once you're married, that's it. There is no token to spend. That's what makes this entire thing so extraordinary, okay? Like, this is not a Travis Kelce date black, marry white situation. He's already married to Usha. They already have 3 children. By all metrics and standards, she should have been safe. The fact that she's not speaks to how incredibly fast the culture is changing right before our very eyes. And to be clear, yes, there is a slight issue with her being an Indian woman, right? But that's not the real, like, hang up that the base has about her. It's 100% her faith. They can accept a brown wife, they can accept half brown kids, but they can't accept a woman that's not a Christian.
I see Usha Vance getting more and more coverage and people feeling bad for her and saying that she needs an exit plan, and I'm here to tell you that you should not feel bad for her. Usha has been who she has been for a very long time. She clerked not only for Judge John Roberts, but she also clerked for Brett Kavanaugh. So the girl has a record. Just because now he's disrespecting her religion, her ethnicity, her brown children, her parents' immigration status now in the public eye, doesn't mean that he hasn't been doing it for a very long time and she hasn't been okay with it. She was more than happy to go with the happy press tour, like, oh, we're such a happy family and he loves my immigrant story. And then once Trump got elected, he's like, let's take people's citizenship away from them. She cannot be blamed for the policies that the White House is enacting, but her complacency and her career history shows us that she's perfectly okay with this. Whether she stays with him or not, I promise you she is going to always lean conservative, always lean right, and is perfectly okay with what's going on.
So, does anyone else think JD Vance's first wife, Usha, might be looking for an exit plan right about now? I mean, it's bad enough that she's married to a guy who went on national TV and said it's totally fine for Americans to want to live next to people who are just like them and speak the same language. Then, she has to sit back and watch him all over Erica Kirk, who, let's be real, looks like she's trying to lock down another famous guy. But it doesn't stop there. JD Vance literally goes on stage and shames his wife for not being Christian, saying he hopes she'll convert and find the right path. As if that's not enough, he also ties immigration to assimilation, which, if you know anything about Usha's upbringing in a traditional Hindu immigrant family, makes this whole situation extra awkward. I don't know about you, but I can't imagine many women would be cool with their husband talking about them like that in public and then getting all touchy-feely with another recently widowed woman in front of everyone. That's just, wow.
I saw a few TikToks where people are like, oh my God, we gotta save Usha. Save Usha from what? She's gotta lie in the couch she made. She married a couch fucker. She married a couch fucker. She had 3 kids with this guy. She's a Brahmin Hindu, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up caste discrimination. I don't feel bad for her. She made the couch. Now she's gotta lie in it, just like Melania, just like everyone else, because no, this white construct of feminism where I'm going to stand by every woman. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Just like skin folks aren't kin folks, when you're wrong, you're wrong. Like, I don't feel bad for you. You married a couch fucker. And now this man is going after this wannabe reality star. Those who know Summer House.
I've been thinking a lot about Usha Vance lately. I think I've been juggling the impulse to feel bad for her because I do think she's being personally humiliated on a national scale. I've been juggling that impulse with the deep contempt that I feel for her. And I've started to get videos about her on my For You page, like from both sides of that. I've started to get videos being like, look at how JD is disrespecting her. And I'm also getting videos from people being like, she doesn't deserve your pity, she's evil too. But the videos that I'm seeing are not coming from people who have a similar background to her. And I feel like as an Indian American woman, as a child of immigrants, I definitely hold other Indian American women up to a higher standard. I want better of them and I want better for them. And as a result, I feel so much contempt for women like Usha who are knowingly complicit in a system that is working against us. And I also inherently feel more emotionally connected to her than I do someone like her husband. And so I find myself having to simultaneously resist the urge to like feel bad for her or pity her, because I do think what her husband is saying about her has shifted since she was first, on the campaign trail with him. I think he's gotten to a level now where it feels like he is actually insulting her faith and, as an extension, her parents and their children. And that does make me sad. That makes me sad because I'm a person who has empathy, and I especially have empathy for the mixed race children that are being raised by this couple where no one seems to really have respect for them. At the same time, I know she's not a blameless victim. I know that women can be just as complicit in a system like this, regardless of whether or not people want to pretend otherwise. It always brings me back to thinking about the women who were involved in the KKK, and while they weren't out there, marching in the rallies and lynching people, they were the ones at home who were sewing up their husband's little bed sheets. I think Usha Vance is complicit in a system that was never going to accept her. I think she did what I've seen so many fellow Indian Americans do, where they try to appease the other side. They lean into the model minority myth that has been sold to them for their entire lives. It's very much a look, I know that you have this impression of us, but we're better than them, right? And the thing is, ultimately none of that subservience to the white supremacist patriarchal system in place, it will never be a substitute for whiteness or for masculinity. You can be as submissive as you want. You can go to the RNC and talk about your immigrant parents and how they did it the right way in front of a crowd of people holding up signs calling for mass deportations. It will never be a substitute for whiteness. I don't know, this is a little less polished than I think what I normally post. I just have been thinking about her a lot lately.
Internet is reacting to the fact that Usha's does, the VP's wife, Erica's, and the controversies all over the social platform. And this actually started as a result of, I think, Erica had something to do with his speech, and before you know it, she invited the VP to come have a speech, and that speech have caused a lot of controversy. Not only that, the thing is that the way at which they hugged also, and the pictures circulating all over the social platform, is another controversial discussion on the space of social platform. It all started with the hug and the way at which this lady was all describing the BP as her husband, as I think they have a similarity, according to her, according to the way at which she was describing BP. And people are not having that. People are like, you are not supposed to compare, or your sis husband with the BP. And another thing that caused people to start reacting differently or negatively towards this whole thing is the fact that the hugging up thing, and the way she had his her hand all over his head, and all of those things has sparked a lot of conversation. Not only that, VP have made so many commentaries trying to so many people see it as a way of disgracing or shaming his wife. He also talked about how he wished his wife can actually convert to being a Christian, the mother of his children, and people are still not having that. People are reacting differently, and now, because of all of the things going on the social platform, so many people have this idea that the wife of the VP is planning of an escape route because it's a safe. This is just speculation. This is not 100%, but the internet now is on. Everybody having their own commentaries, having their own, say. So many people are like, oh, it's as if this young man is putting an eye on the blondie. And with that being said, this other woman actually needs to start planning her escape route. Oh my God. The thing is that I actually feel so sorry for, you know, the wife and the way at which she's been getting dragged with this whole thing, with this whole controversy, says going on all over the social platform. And the thing is that I think with the way at which things are going, brown or black people already know this. No matter what, or no matter how you want to shape yourself, just the way at which the first or not this or the second lady are stitched have it. No matter how you want to shape yourself, you want to go to this Ivy school, you want to do everything so perfectly, you want to just want to get accepted. These guys will never ever, one thing or the other, they will still remind you that, oh, you're still not in that line, you're still not the what we want. You're still not 100%. You just need to keep on putting in the work, put it in the work and the work. Because of all of the things that is going on, I decided to actually make a personal research about the whole thing, and I found out that this lady, you know sorry if I'm using a word that you wouldn't like, but I found out that she actually had a promising career and what have you, and boom, she got married, and before you know it, she started raising children, and motherhood can get a turn on someone. And at the other hand, the husband is just pursuing his career, and also before you know it, he became the VP. Then she, on the other hand, is also getting all stressed with all of the things going. And some of the commentaries that I'm seeing, people are like, she's actually looking older than her age right about now. Maybe she's been so stressy with all like, it's not easy. It has never been easy for a black or a woman of color. It has never been. No matter how you want to try your best, no matter how you want to work hard, no matter how you want to let everything you want to do for the society to accept you, like, there is still going to be a loophole. Like, there'll still be a lack. They are never successful if you're not this ideal person that everybody wants. Like, seriously, it has become like that, and it's so disappointing at this point. I don't know what is going on, like, 100%, but whatever that is going on right about now, the way at which people are pushing this narrative of, maybe there is a divorce coming or divorce not coming, like, I think it's not even time to conclude in something like that or to speculate something like that. But internet and the way at which they do their things, right? But the thing is that, well, what I see is a woman that is just so tired, and she just wants peace, and maybe she has worked all her life to get to the place that she is. She's still not getting 100% of what she actually wants. I think it's just the way at which society has been built to favor or not favor black or anyone of color. That is it. Like, the better everyone of color or black people knows that whatever anything you want to do, these guys will still not want to accept you 100%. The better for everyone, so that you won't at the end of the day get disappointed if with all your hard work you're still not getting what you ought to get. It's just the system. It's just the system, lovelies. Anyway, lovelies, so now just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do your girl a huge favor to subscribe to this channel. Leave your thought in the comment section, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.
Just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.